So March is finally upon us, so I thought today I could go over all the big films releasing in theaters this month, so without further ado, let's just get right into it. Releasing on March 3rd is Guy Ritchie's new film, Operation Fortune. With a budget of $50 million, the spy comedy stars the likes of Jason Statham, Aubrey Plaza, Hugh Grant, and more, and this is one that I'm very excited for. I'm a pretty big fan of Guy Ritchie's movies. I think they're all just very entertaining, and going into his films, you know you're going to have a good time. Not to mention the trailers just make this out to look like an action-packed, entertaining movie, so definitely expect to see a video on this one coming very soon. Coming out on the same day as the newest installment in the Rocky franchise, Creed 3. Directed by and starring Michael B. Jordan as the titular role, Creed 3 serves as an end to the Creed trilogy. The movie also stars Jonathan Majors as the main antagonist, and some early reviews describe the movie as closer to Cape Fear than any Rocky movie. Creed 3 carries a budget of $75 million, and I cannot wait to see this movie. It looks great, and I plan on seeing it this weekend. On March 10th, Scream 6 hits theaters, the much-anticipated follow-up to last year's Scream 5. The sixth installment in the classic slasher series sees the return of all the survivors from the previous movie, except Neve Campbell, aka Sidney Prescott. Despite the absence of the franchise's lead character, box office expectations are already putting this at having the potential to be the highest grossing of the series, and with a budget of $35 million, it won't take that much for this to be successful. Also releasing on March 10th is 65, a sci-fi thriller starring Adam Driver as a pilot who crash lands on a prehistoric Earth inhabited by dinosaurs, and this movie is right up my alley. It looks freaking awesome, the trailer is great, and considering that this is directed by the same guys who wrote A Quiet Place makes me even more excited to check this film out. 65 has a budget of $91 million and is facing some pretty steep competition at the box office in the coming weeks, so here's hoping it does well. Releasing on the 17th of this month is Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which sees the return of the original cast and director David F. Sandberg. With a budget of around $125 million, this sequel is actually projected to gross less than the first, and the hype around this movie is essentially non-existent. Things are really not looking good for DC right now, especially after the disastrous box office run involving Black Adam. My most anticipated movie of 2023 hits theaters on March 24th, and that is John Wick Chapter 4. Words cannot describe how excited I am for this movie. With a runtime of close to 3 hours and a budget of $90 million, John Wick Chapter 4 is going to be the biggest of the series so far, which is insane because John Wick 3 is maybe the best action movie ever made. I have no idea how they're going to top that, but from the trailers, it looks like they are going to do that. This looks incredible. I will be there opening night. I'll be making videos about it. I am so excited to see this movie. Rounding out March is Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, which comes out on the 31st. With a budget of $45 million, this film looks to be a fun fantasy adventure. I was kind of hoping this would be in the vein of Lord of the Rings, but it more so just looks like a Marvel movie, both in tone and cinematography. Similar to Shazam 2, there's not much excitement around this film, but it looks kind of fun. If you're a fan of Dungeons & Dragons, maybe this is one that you want to check out. And guys, that is the list of all the big movies coming out in March this month. There is a ton of other movies. You know, if I actually went through every single movie, that would be like a 2-hour-long video, and I don't have the time for that. You don't have the time for that. So I just wanted to go over all the major ones coming out. And tell me what you guys think of these movies down below, which ones you're most excited to see, and definitely expect to see reviews of a couple of these, especially like John Wick, Creed 3, 65. Anyways, guys, this is Shay signing off. Peace out.